Hello, this is Sam Ritchie. We're taking a look at an experience I saw last night, and it just got back in the dark, and we had some elk in the yard, so I shooed them off, and I came back out in the car, and this is behind my property here, and I just happened to see some eye shine. I saw some other lights too, but it just turned out to be the neighbor's TV. However, close by was a set of eye shine, and it was typically not the same color eye shine you normally expect from the elk, like the greenish white. However, it was this yellowish reddish look, or kind of alternating between the two, and from behind this area right here. And this was the same eye shine that I saw in the woods that I normally go out into the forest area, where I had an experience that was related on the Barb and Gabby video of me encountering the whooping sound and seeing the eye shine. The eye shine was very similar to what I saw last night. Now what's interesting is the eye shine I saw was up with me about center of where I'm showing this video right here. However, from the center point where I could stand is about here, so I'm about 6 foot. So my estimation, at least 8 to 9 feet tall. That's all the eye shine and the separation between the two. I know, in fact, it was a creature because of the fact that the two eye shine lights stayed spaced against each other, and they were spaced apart, so the head had to be pretty large. If that was an elk would probably have stood up a little bit about here, not way up here. So anyway, I thought I'd come out here just for a second to have a look at the ground. And what's interesting, of course, I am noticing a lot of foot traffic that has gone on between this area through here. It's a very narrow piece of wooded area, and my neighbor, of course, has a wooden fence, so there's a lot of privacy there, but there's a shed, and the shed has a open door. That's either a storage area or looks like something that they had for the dog to go in and get something to eat. But it's behind the fence, not in front of it in their yard. So anyway, it looks like this was actually this is a perfect area if you think about it, of them hanging out back here, because of the fact that there's they're totally hidden back here. They have a place that they could kind of hang out in, and incidentally, there is a lot of depressions through here. Looks like a lot of foot traffic, however, because there's nothing in anything really super distinct. But if I go back over here, maybe I could see a couple of them. Someone could have the argument that this could have been elk through here, and that's a possibility, except for one thing. There's absolutely no elk dung in this area. They more than happy to do that in my yard or back in through here. However, that's nothing's back over here. There is an area right here, a depression. Let me try to get back over here, right about here. So there's a flattened area. Here's kind of like the feet mark right here. See this right about here. Try to get this out of the way. It's not really super clear, but I could see right about in this area right here is a kind of a toe area. See that? So anyway, however, they're not very abundant here, but there's plenty of depressions to the ground here. The ground is kind of soft, but all along here, and here's another one. This is kind of a depression in the leaves. Wouldn't be that apparent on the camera, but right about in through here. And I made sure I didn't step in the same areas. Well, anyway, this is kind of interesting. They obviously are making frequent visits over here. The only thing I can think of, in addition to the fact they obviously know where I live, because I had the experience of the cabin about a couple weeks ago, where, and keep in mind, a month earlier, I was in the woods and actually I may have spoofed them. But they were howling, and I howled back at them, and they returned the favor. Obviously, a couple of weeks ago when I walked out of my cabin at night, and one was standing just not too far up, probably within 100 feet. Heard the loudest whooping, howling sound. It made me basically jump out of my feet for two, you know. So, and stood there, howled a couple of times until I howled back at it and took off. And now I see eyes shine in my backyard. And what's interesting about that is I couldn't make out what the lights were behind it because I never looked in that direction. And it just so happened to be shining from the window, the neighbors, and the TV was flickering with different programs. I have a suspicion, can't really say for sure, but it looks like perhaps the Sasquatches, because of the privacy of this area, are able to look at the fence, and actually because the window is open and the TV is visible from out here, they're actually watching the TV. So anyway, things are going to get kind of interesting around here, I'm sure. I don't have to go far to see them. Looks like they're coming around by me. And I'm going to probably try to get some peanut butter. I have a little hot links I have currently, and I'll put it on the table, and we'll see what kind of developments happen from that. Perhaps a sound recorder or whatever. But you know, I'll be checking this out later tonight and the following nights to come, because I think there's going to be a whole lot more activities. We'll get closer to spring, and they're coming in more in town, more so. So we'll see. We'll talk to you all later, just to give you this update about this particular experience, and you all have to take care. Bye.